Alien abduction cases reinforced with manifestation of more witnesses. July 28, 2019. More than 45 years ago, Calvin Parker and Charles Hickson contacted police on the grounds that they had been abducted by aliens. The two said they were fishing on the Pascagoula River on the night of October 11, 1973. When an oblong ship appeared and aliens took them aboard. Alien abduction cases reinforced with manifestation of more witnesses. Moss Point's Calvin Parker is near where he says he and his co-worker Charles Hickson had been abducted by aliens. Photo: Amanda McCoy/son Harold Hickson has died since then. Parker, after years of silence, wrote a book in 2018 about the meeting, and history made headlines again. These headlines have rekindled memories of what others say they saw that night, and more people are sharing their experiences. Joey Nelson of Mobile was 25 at the time and traveling to earn money playing pool. He said he and two friends were driving on US 90, on their way to earn some money, the night Parker and Hickson claimed to have been abducted. Alien abduction cases reinforced with manifestation of more witnesses. One Mobile's Joey Nelson said a glowing orb floated in front of the car on the night of Pascagoula's alien abductions. Photo: Special for Clarion Ledger. Nelson was in the front passenger seat, and when he looked ahead he saw something he had never seen before. He informed, "That night we were going to New Orleans. I would say we were probably between Pascagoula and Biloxi. We were driving and talking. We were mesmerized. A large globe of light in the air. We saw this and no one could say anything. No one could move." Nelson said the three were traveling at about 120 kilometers per hour when something came out of the sky and hovered in front of them. He said, "After a while, a small globe of light descended beside me. It was the size of a beach ball, I would say. I don't know how far away it was, but it seemed like if that windshield wasn't there, I could touch it. It began to flash and click and flash and click. We could hear him clearly. I know it sounds crazy, but it looked like they were taking pictures. It looked like it stood in front of me for 10 minutes. I don't know. We were simply mesmerized." And then he walked away. Waking up, Nelson continued, "He fired and I never saw anything move so fast. It simply rose quickly. I don't know if the little globe joined the big one, but they both left." Nelson said none of the three knew what the bigger globe was doing during that time because they were so focused on the smaller orb. When the globe came out, Nelson said the three of them felt like they were out of a trance. He said, "It was as if we had woken up. We could not move or gain our thoughts until he was gone." The next day, Nelson saw the news of Parker and Hickson's meeting and said it was confirmation of what he had seen, but he let 45 years pass and is only talking about it after reading recent articles about Parker. He said, "I talked to Ricky and Jimmy who were with Nelson, but other people would have thought you were an idiot. I was not going to tell anyone. I was quiet for a long time." Rose Point Nail from Moss Point had a similar experience that night, except she was nearly 300 miles away. "A shooting star that wasn't." Nail said, "I was in Bruce, Mississippi. I lived in Calhoun City, but worked at a small clothing factory in Bruce. I was with a friend. It was after I bathed the girls and put them to bed. We went to the back porch. We just wanted to talk and smoke a cigarette." Alien abduction cases reinforced with more witnesses. Manifestation 2. Rosie Nail of Moss Point said she saw bright orbs in the sky on the night of Pascagoula's alien abductions. Photo: Special for Clarion Ledger. Nail said the house was in a rural area with low lights. She likes to identify constellations, so she was looking at the sky. She said, "Saw a shooting star. Then I realized I wasn't really falling. It was moving across the sky. It was at the 2 o'clock position, and when it reached the 10 o'clock position another light was fired. The larger light moved down and seemed to be approaching. She also started to get bigger." Nail said the light became so large that it looked like the sun. She said it began to change color and fell to the horizon. She also said the dogs started barking from all directions, as if they were trying to attack something. Reliving the terror, Nail said she went to the backyard to get a closer look, but when she did she was overcome with fear. "I froze. I was terrified. I don't know what I was scared of." Her fear could almost be heard as she told her story. She said, "While I'm talking, I'm reliving. My heart is beating. My chest is tight. My hand is shaking. That thing freaked me out." The scene then unfolded in reverse. The great light rose and grew weaker and weaker. The smaller light joined her and went out of sight at a 45-degree angle. The next day she was at work and heard about Parker and Hickson on a radio. Nail said, "Everyone was laughing and making fun of these guys. I did not find it funny. I was amazed. I believed those guys." Nail said he thought it was time to recount his experience because he recently read an article about him and realized that they both lived in Moss Point. She said, "I wanted Calvin to know that not everyone thinks he's crazy. I believe him." A life-changing experience. Parker said he is happy that more people are speaking out, and said he receives daily messages from people who saw something that night. He said, "They are all manifesting from all sides. It makes me feel great. I'm not the only one who saw anything. Most of these people are credible." Parker, who remained silent for a long time about the event for most of his life, said the best part of this experience was writing his book and making it clear. "I was able to sit down and talk to my family and friends about it. It was as if a weight had been lifted from me. It has been a great life-changing experience."